Welcome to episode 51 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez, and she is.
Mandy Urena.
Yes, you heard that right. Mandy, you're filling in for Hannah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so happy to be on the pod.
Yes, at last. I mean, you're one of our favorite listeners and very interactive, so it's great to have you on here.
Thank you.
Now, you're not in Marbella, are you? Can you tell everybody where you are right now?
Right now, I am in Miami, PJ.
Ah, see, I used to think it's so cool living in Marbella, and then you come on and you're in Miami. I love Miami.
Yes, but I think it's really cool that you're living in Marbella. I love Marbella.
There you go. We should do a swap, like those house swap things.
We'll live in your house for a couple of weeks. You can come and live in our house and take care of our two massive dogs. How's that? And we'll take care of your cat.
Fantastic. That sounds like a great idea. So, as everybody knows, Hannah is on the first leg of her epic journey. She's actually in the UK right now, getting set to fly to India on Monday morning. And she's going via Dubai on the way to India. So, that's another country that she can tick off her tick list, even though she's not leaving the airport. But this is an amazing journey that she's going to be doing. It's going to go from Chennai on the east coast of India through to Goa on the west coast of India, and they're going to do it in a tuk-tuk.
That is so funny and unbelievable and scary at the same time. I actually Googled her itinerary and it would take 16 hours by car or 8 days to walk. Or she could get a plane in an hour and 25 minutes.
Exactly, that would be the sensible thing to do, but no, they want to
That's what
raise lots of money. So I think they're already over £70,000 that they've raised already.
a few of those are mine. We just donated yesterday.
Oh, thank you so much. It's amazing. Actually, the generosity of people is just incredible. And this is going to women's charities in India to help the girls with education and get them a better start in life. The whole sort of journey and the experience is put together by the Sisterhood, which is a group of founders of businesses, and they're all women. So there are two guys going. So good luck to them, around 54 women. But they're going to be doing all the filming. So there's going to be some amazing filming done as well.
I love it. And aren't they doing it on International Women's Day?
Yes, they will be there for International Women's Day as well. So that's going to make it even more special. And what Hannah's going to do is send through some sound bites and little updates for us. So next week, we'll actually incorporate that into the podcast. So we'll actually hear from Hannah next week.
Brilliant. Very high tech.
Now, talking of Miami, we've been to Miami. We stayed at Ocean Drive on our way to our honeymoon, and I think it's where we had probably the most expensive cocktail.
Yep, that will be Ocean Drive. It is ridiculous. We never go there for drinks.
It was a Versace villa that we went into, and I
Right.
think this cocktail actually had gold leaf floating around in it.
Yes, yes, yes. And I can't remember the name of that, but the place is called Gianni's at the Villa. They've changed it to Gianni's at the former Versace mansion. It was Versace's old house. Remember he got killed there on the steps by his supposed lover. So they've turned it into a hotel and a restaurant, and you'd think it'd be crazy expensive, but actually it isn't. Well, okay, the cocktails are, but this is how they get you. What we do is we go for lunch Monday through Friday, and it's a prefix, $35, three-course meal, which is in Miami dirt cheap. The food's really good. You'd think it'd be kind of gimmicky, but it isn't. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I have things like burrata and tomatoes to start, or you can have calamari, and they do amazing burgers, gorgeous zeno, and really nice desserts. And it's so posh. For $35, you can dress up, dress down, doesn't matter. That's what Miami is. But then the cocktails, they get you on the cocktails. The cocktail that I love is called Passion at the Mansion Martini, $26.
It was similar to that. It was very similar. It was a martini that she had, and it was about the same sort of price, $26.
That's actually normal. When I moved here, I came before my husband to set up the apartment, and my first stop was on Ocean Drive. And we went to somewhere called Mangoes, and I was with my friend, and we had a cocktail, and it was $25, and we were like, oh my God. And then the tip was included, but then there was another tip line. And I just looked at her and I thought, I'm not tipping you on top of the tip, on top of the $25. Anyway, it was a really lovely cocktail. And we said, right, let's Google the cheapest, trashiest place in Miami and let's go there. So we did.
And
And that place, when you come over here, we're going to have to take you there. It's my favorite thing to do when my friends come over. I tell them to dress up really posh. We're going out somewhere really nice. And then I take them about 11:30 in the morning to a place called Max Club Deuce. That's the name of it. It's right round the corner from Versace's on Ocean Drive. And they have happy hour from, I think, 9 in the morning until 5. It's ridiculous. And you get 2 drinks. So you can have 2 beers, 2 vodka tonics, whatever you like. They don't do posh things. It's very grungy for $7.
Ooh, that
Two,
sounds more up my street.
exactly. So it's 3.50 per drink, and he gives you a little, what is it, a casino chip. And after you finish the first one, you give him the casino chip, and he gives you another drink. So $7 plus the tip for $10, you're in and out. So I take my friends there, and it's all smoky and it's dark, and it's 100 years old. Yeah, it's iconic in Miami Beach. And you would think that it'd be full of cheap people just trying to get a cheap drink. It's not. It's actually full of aging rock stars, famous people that don't want to be recognized. They sit there in their baseball caps and everybody smokes. And you just chat with the person at the bar next to you. And it's really fun. After that, I take them round to Versace's. So we're kind of slumming it and glamming it up all in
Oh,
the space of a few hours.
that sounds good. So both ends of the Miami's drinking
Right.
scene. And we got so
Exactly.
carried away, we nearly missed our cruise. We got carried away because we wanted to go to, is it Stone Crab that they have? And as we were walking down there, I said to Hannah, are you sure the cruise goes tomorrow? And Hannah, Hannah's like, yeah, oh, yeah, of course it is. Of course, don't be silly. I said, no, I just want to check. I don't know what made me check, but I pulled the ticket out, had a look, and said, no, it goes this afternoon. We're leaving this. So we had to run back to the hotel. And I said, well, when do we check out? When do we? And he said, you should have checked out this morning. So we had to get everything out of the room, call a taxi, and made the cruise with about an hour and a half to spare.
I cannot believe that your honeymoon cruise, you made a mistake on it.
I'm not sure what we would have done if we missed it.
I know what you'd have done. You and Hannah would have made the best of it. You'd have made lemonade out of lemons. You'd have gone to some of the best restaurants in Miami. You'd have gone to the beach and you'd have had a blast.
Now, talking of travel, obviously Hannah's trip, she's been doing a lot of packing. We've been getting so confused. So she's flying out with one airline, then
Mm.
she gets on another airline to go to India, and then back from India, she's on a different airline. And then coming back home to Spain, she's on a different air. So that's 4 different airlines that she's on. And they've all got different allowances for their hand luggage.
So what does she do?
Going to India and coming back, she's going to have to check one in because it's too big, apparently.
Yeah.
And then going to London and back from London, she's actually okay because the size she's got is all right. So believe it or not, in a smaller plane on a shorter journey, she can go with a bigger hand luggage case, but not on the long haul. You've done some amazing traveling. I mean, you have a YouTube channel that you were documenting these travels on, which we used to watch avidly because it was so cool to see the places you went to. So what were your highlights of your recent travels?
For my husband's 50th, and he wanted to go somewhere. I said, right, whatever you want to do. What do you want? And he said, I want to go on an Antarctic cruise. And I didn't really fancy it. I kind of did, but I was scared because you have to go on this awful trip from Argentina, from Ushuaia in Argentina. That's the southernmost point. And it takes 3 days on a ship to hit Antarctica, to hit land. And you're crossing the Drake Passage, which is the scariest, roughest waters in the world. And you can either have a Drake Lake and a really nice passage or a Drake Shake. And we had a Drake Shake. And it was,
Oh, of course you did.
of course we did. It was awful. No amount of alcohol appeased me.
Well, no, you're basically making your own cocktail in your stomach, aren't you, as it mixes around?
But it wasn't so much that I was nauseous, because I wasn't. I was scared because Antarctica is uninhabited. No people, no police, no emergency services. If anything happens on the ship, I mean, you're dead. That's it.
You're on your own in cold
You're on your
water.
own. And that's what scared me because I was out in the middle of nowhere with no support system. I think that's what frightened me more, not the stomach as much.
I seem to remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you go for a dip while you were out there?
We did a polar bear plunge. We did.
Oh, I'm cold just thinking about that.
Oh, I know. It was the last day, and I went. I mean, you have to wear a swimsuit, obviously. You're not going to go fully clothed, but I was wearing my swimsuit and a woolly hat. And yes, it was ice cold. But the weird thing is, we went in from the beach. Okay, don't think beach with umbrellas and anything like that. It wasn't. A kind of sandy, muddy sand. And it was warm, it was thermal. And we walked in from there, nice and warm on the feet, and then freezing cold. We ran in, dipped right up to our necks, and then ran back out. But I checked off the box, bucket list, check, done. Never have to do it again. Thank you very much.
Like the willpower to do that. I'm bad enough in the height of summer going into the sea here. It's like, oh, I'll be in a minute. I'm going in slowly, slowly. Oh, run out again, and then it's just that
But
whole thing, isn't it? The mind over matter thing.
true, but your waters near Marbella are quite cold, aren't they? Even in the summer, if I remember correctly.
Yes, because we're very close to the peninsula, so where the Atlantic meets the Mediterranean. Number one, we get a few higher waves than you would further up the coast because the Med doesn't generally have waves. We also get a little bit of a tide, which again, you don't really get further up the Med. So yeah,
Mhm.
we get some of that sort of cold waters coming in from the Atlantic.
Well, when you come to Miami, it's like bath water.
You mentioned work, and you have a very interesting job, don't you?
Define interesting, PJ.
Well, it involves bottoms and massages sometimes, doesn't it?
I do. I massage bottoms. That's not all I massage. I am a massage therapist for the last 29 years. And yeah, I do massages in the spa and I do private massages all over Miami on some private islands. And I'm very lucky that I get to do a lot of VIPs and celebs and politicians and everybody in between.
On one of your updates recently, you're very vague as you have to be with this sort of thing, but I think you mentioned that you had to refer to one of your clients as His Excellency or Your Excellency. And
I
before
did.
that, I'm pretty sure you said that you had to refer to one of them as Your Royal Highness.
I did. So in the last month, I think I've massaged royalty and a politician from the Middle East. So I had to call one of my clients Your Royal Highness, and then the other one Your Excellency. But you meet them, and I'm not scared anymore because I've been doing this for so long. So I think, I'm the expert. I know what I'm doing, and they're lucky to have a massage from me. So that's what you have to go in thinking. But you're treating them with a lot of respect, Your Royal Highness, Your Excellency. But then, literally 10 minutes later, you're massaging their bottoms. So Hannah said to me, "Oh, you massaged His Excellency's bottom." And I said, "I did." She said, "So actually, you massage excellent bottoms." Yeah, as soon as you put it that way, I do. That's my job. I massage excellent bottoms.
You've so many good clients. It's like you should write a book. Oh,
So I
hang
did.
on, you have.
I did, but I didn't put anything about excellent bottoms because at that point that I wrote it, which was a couple of years ago, I hadn't massaged an excellent bottom before.
Well, there you go. That could be the sequel, the update to your book.
I don't know if Hannah told you, but I'm writing a TV series, but then I might turn it into a movie. I'm not quite sure. I'm still in the writing process, but I'm writing it based on my book, If These Hands Could Talk, which is my whole life in massage. And I want to do maybe a sitcom, about 30 minutes. 30-minute episodes, all about my life in massage, the hysterical things, the sad things, and it goes from everything from massaging celebrities to massaging people with cancer and your clients that die on you, not on your table, but clients who you've loved and lost. And then I've massaged people who were in the Holocaust and a 97-year-old woman. And that was saying the highlight, but it was something so unusual. And she was so sweet. And I sat on the bed massaging her. She was so sick and I had tears streaming down my face. She didn't see me, of course, but that was just a really beautiful thing to do. So I'm thinking it would be really interesting to write a TV series about that in just half-hour increments and show every aspect of massage.
And who would play you if you could choose somebody to play you?
Reese Witherspoon.
Ah, great choice. Love Reese Witherspoon.
I would love her to play me.
On Friday here in Spain, or in this part of Spain, it was Dia de Andalucia. And that's basically in 1980, they had a referendum, and that's when Andalusia became an autonomous community. So they celebrate that each year. Now, you've had a connection to Spain, haven't you?
Aha, yes. I love Andalusia. I lived in Rota for 4 years.
Love Rota. Rota's a beautiful place, and not a lot of people actually know it or know where it is. Maybe you can tell us.
So Rota is in Cadiz, and it's where the Navy base is. That we have Navy there, Army, Air Force, Marines, and we share the base with the Spanish. So it's a Spanish-American base, and we were stationed there for 4 years. And we had the best time. In fact, I left my heart in Rota, so much so, as you know, that we go back every year for Feria. and I put on my Feria dress and put all the flowers in my hair, the big earrings, and I do the Sevillana dancing, and I just live for Feria. I love it every year. I look forward to it, and I think I've got, I don't know how many days, but I was counting them the other day, and I'm really looking forward to coming back at the end of April.
We first met, and we've mentioned it before, the Hash House Harriers, and we belong to the Mikas Hash House Harriers, and you belonged obviously to the Rota Hash House Harriers. But we used to have special events where we would all get together, and I think you used to come up to us sometimes and just do a normal hash as well. So that's where we first met, wasn't it?
We did, and we became friends, and then we'd come and see you, you'd come and see us, and we've remained friends, oh, I don't know, for about 10 years now, I think.
Yeah, it's a great way, I think, to form friendships, with those sort of social events. And, your love for Spain, our love for Miami and traveling. And yeah, we've got a lot in common, so it's great.
We definitely do.
So on Friday, just before Hannah went, we were thinking about what to eat. We didn't really want to cook because it was our last evening together, and Hannah had a lot to do and get packing and all that sort of thing. So we decided not to go for a curry because that would not be good if she's going to India for 2 weeks. That's probably what she's going to be having every night. So we decided on fish and chips, and there's a great fish and chip restaurant here called Harry's, which is in Nueva Andalucia. It was €10.90 for a small cod and chips, which was perfect for the pre-flight sort of dinner. Do you have fish and chip shops in Miami?
Sadly, no. If you want fish and chips, you can go to an Irish pub, but they'll have fish, chips, and it doesn't come with mushy peas or garden peas. It comes with tartar sauce and coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
And yeah, awful. Always comes with coleslaw. And I just want to say, where's my can of mushy peas? So when I go back to England, first thing I'll have is fish and chips. I love that you have all your home comforts in Marbella, and we have a lot here. Did you know I used to work in a chippy, PJ?
I didn't know. That's new.
Well, I'm from Coventry, and when I was 17, I worked in a chippy, and I was actually quite good at it. I'd say, Savoy chips, love. Oh, yes. Would you like salt and vinegar? Pickled onion? Bottle of iron brew? Dinner.
Well, yeah, you see, this is Coventry, curry sauce and iron brew. There you go. It was my first sort of day alone on Saturday. So obviously dropped Hannah off at the airport, and then I went straight to the supermarket and did a man shop.
Okay, what did you buy in your man shop?
Oh, so my man shop, it was two types of spicy Doritos, the extra spicy and some sweet chili Doritos, then extra spicy chorizo and some short ribs, which I've actually got cooking at the moment. I've never cooked ribs before, so this could either be a great dinner I have tonight, or I might be ordering a takeaway.
You won't be ordering a takeaway. You're a brilliant cook. You're absolutely brilliant. I mean, I am fascinated when I see what you make out of your leftovers.
Oh, that's the best way for cooking. I love doing that.
Do you know we had quite a few celebrity chefs here last weekend?
Oh, why?
Well, we had the Miami Food and Wine Festival, and it's a whole weekend down in South Beach. And Guy Fieri was here. He did a little cooking demo. You pay one price to go in, and you can go and have little tapas at all the different kiosks. There's wine and beer, and you can just have as much as you want, which sounds really great, doesn't it?
It sounds amazing. Sounds again, we love going out to eat as much as we love eating in.
Guess how much the tickets were to go to that food and wine festival?
If it's a food and wine festival, I would imagine $100, $150.
500, and that's not even VIP.
Wow. I mean,
Mhm.
we were very lucky to have gone to Bardal, which is a tasting menu up in Ronda, which was a present, which was a Michelin star. Talking of which, I think he's the executive chef of a new hotel opening up in Alcaidesa in the Fairmont Hotel. It's a new hotel about to open, and he's going to be overseeing the food. So that's quite exciting. Part of being home alone, I went out for a curry last night and then went to the Hogan Stand Irish pub and saw Paul Hull on his guitar. And what a player he
Oh,
is. Amazing. We love live music. And Paul Hull he's a singer as well as a musician. And yeah, his guitar skills are just second to none. So yeah, a really, really great night. Not too much to drink, just in case Hannah's listening. But it was a really good evening. So that's my
well,
first night of home aloneness.
I'm home alone too.
Ah, did you go to an Irish pub?
No, I'm home alone because my husband's away for the week. And so, you know what I did last night?
Go on.
I, I went to bed at 9 o'clock with a book and a cup of tea and a hot water bottle on my back. And I think I passed out by about 9:30 because
Ah.
I've been so busy, so exhausted, just so many clients, which is wonderful, but I'm really tired and haven't had a day off in a while. So I crashed last night, so super boring.
Well, that's probably what I should have done, but I was a little
Mhm.
bit excited. So, Sir in English, we always go through a couple of articles in the Sir in English, and one exciting thing that's happening is Rafa Nadal. He's opening up his new academy in Marbella.
Ooh, do you play tennis?
I used to play tennis. I haven't played for a long time, and it's one of those that Hannah had never played tennis. Then I took her over because I used to have a club opposite where we live. Took her there, and she just took to it like a duck to water. So I hit the ball quite hard at her, and it came back about twice as hard. So we gave up on doing that because she was too good, and it made me look silly.
Oh, you need to play that. It's great exercise together.
No, it's very popular to do paddle here. Paddle tennis has taken over massively, and that's why we haven't got the tennis court anymore opposite because they've made them all into paddle court. This Rafa Nadal Centre, it's at the Hotel Don Carlos in Marbella. They're refurbishing this hotel. This hotel is quite iconic. It's when you drive towards Marbella from Malaga and you see these twin hotel towers in a place called Elveria, and that's where the Nikki Beach, funny enough, you've got a Nikki Beach in Miami, which we went to
Oh, we
see.
do.
And that's where Nikki Beach is as well. So it's an amazing hotel that they're completely refurbishing, and that's where he's going to have his academy.
Yeah, and doesn't he have one as well in Mexico, Greece, and Hong Kong?
Yes, he's got quite a few. I think this is a thing that he does. He opens them up. So obviously he's from Mallorca originally. So I know he's got one in Mallorca, and he's got this as the second one in Spain, I think he's got. But yes, he's got a few of these academies, which is great.
We have a pickleball court across the street from my house, and I got 4 pickleball rackets and a ball for Christmas. And guess how many times we played?
Can I count it on one hand?
0.
Ah,
I know, I don't know why. Just
that's
haven't had time.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. It's time, isn't it? And the weekends are precious when you work during a week. And
Mhm.
another article in a Sir in English was featuring Queen Camilla. So there's some students on a language course in Canterbury, and she was doing, when they do the rounds and walking around. And she managed to have a chat with these Spanish students, and when she was greeting the crowd, and she ended up saying that she loves Malaga. So does that mean we can put a special sort of crest on Malaga now because it's endorsed by Queen Camilla?
Would you go and see her if she visited?
Probably not, no. I love Malaga. I think Malaga's a fantastic place. And cheaper than Marbella, believe it or not. Even though it's the sort of capital of the Costa del Sol, it's even cheaper than it is down here.
I could live in Spain. I really could. If my husband said, let's move to Spain tomorrow forever, I would go. I love Spain so much, which is why I listen to your podcast every Monday. It's the first podcast of the week that I listen to just to see what's going on in Marbella and the beach and what you guys have been doing. I miss it. I really, really miss it.
Oh, well, you'll be back soon, hopefully, because it's nearly Feria.
I will, and I'll be stuffing my face with choco frito and jamon iberico and drinking rebujitos at Feria. I cannot wait.
Oh, well, we can't wait to see you. Once again, thank you so much for filling in for Hannah. So
Well,
we'll be having a chat again next week because Hannah
yes,
will
we
be
will.
right in the middle of her tour. And as I said, we'll have a few updates from Hannah as well. So we'll intersperse that with what we're doing. And I think great to hear what she's been doing. So we are an international podcast now.
Yay! I love it.
So if people want to follow you on social media,
My Instagram is Mandy is all about massage.
brilliant. And they can catch up with what you're doing there.
The YouTube travel channel is Destination Everywhere. Well, I will say, if you only have time to watch one, just go and see the Antarctic. I've got 3 Antarctic videos. It's unbelievable. You'll see penguins falling over. It's the cutest, cutest things. And it's just a wonderful watch. I know I made it, so I'm not patting myself on the back, but it really is so interesting to see Antarctica and the pristine beauty of the wildlife and the icebergs. And check
Because
it
it's
out.
untouched by humans so much. That's
Right.
why we've ruined everything else. So let's hope we don't ruin Antarctica. Well, thank you, Mandy. We will catch up again next week.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Mandy. Speak to you
All
next
right.
week.
Bye, PJ.